Coach Huseman, with FCS playoffs last year, I wonder if the Spiders' expectations change or their outlook change. How do you feel heading into this camp, given last year's success?
Well, we talked to the team last night, our first team meeting, or yesterday afternoon, and my message to them was, we kind of set a standard and set a bar that, we got to compete for championships. We got to be in the playoffs, and we got to do damage in the playoffs. And that bar's been set, the standard's set, and there's no going back. I mean, 6 and 5s aren't where we're going to go. We want to be good, and we got to compete for championships.
I could continue. I wonder if you could discuss what you really like about this team. You have suggested that your lines on offense or defense, at least to start with, will be the strength of this group.
Yeah, I think up front, both sides of the ball are really good. We've got good players, experience on both sides. I think the thing that people kind of forget is that Aiden Murray's coming back. Mm-hmm. And Aiden 2 years ago was a really good player, and he was going to be a preseason all-conference guy. And so then with what else we have coming back with Marlon and Jeremiah and Xander Barnett, we're really good there. And then up front offensively, just so much experience there, and guys that have played. And and again, we're lose Joe Moore, but we get Gavin Lamb back, who was a starter last year till he went down. So we feel really good about both sides of the ball. It looks like in each position group, we've got, up front, with Marlon Lewis, one of the best in the league. At linebacker, Tristan Wheeler, one of the best in the league. And then in the back end, Aaron Banks, one of the best in the league. So at each spot defensively, we got a true leader and a tremendous player there. And then offensively up front, there's a bunch of them, but Ryan Cole's getting a lot of the publicity. I think Savon Smith at running back is incredible. He's going to have a great year for us, and getting Milan back and Dante Black. So feel good back there. And then at wideout, losing Josiah Williams hurt. He brought such great energy, was a tremendous player for us. But we brought in Isaiah Wilson from East Tennessee State, and he's a proven player at this level, and had a lot of catches there, and we're anxious to see how he does. But with other guys coming back, Nick DeGennaro was really good. I think everybody saw him last year, and we expect him to be one of the best, if not the best guy we got out there. Javion Griffin, Jerry Garcia. So I'm probably leaving somebody out, but you feel really good there. And then a lot of it hinges on and in the tight ends. Connor Devaney was out part of the year last year. He's back and healthy. Brooks Haggerty was banged up quite a bit. He's healthy right now. So feel good about that position. It's going to come down, and you guys always talk about the quarterback, and quarterback just has to be good. He doesn't have to be spectacular. He's just got to distribute the ball and not make mistakes, and we think we got some guys that can do that.
Does all that experience help bring a relatively inexperienced quarterback along a little faster?
Well, it should. But, our guys, and obviously Kyle's going in as number one, but our guys have worked really hard, and I'll give Kyle a lot of credit. He was here all summer. The first part of summer was on his own. For some of the young guys, it's second session of summer school, and that's about all we can do. And Kyle made the decision to be here all summer on his own dime, figured out a way, and saw him in the office almost every day, and getting these guys together out here and throwing on their own. And so feel really good there. And I think he's taken a leadership role upon himself to be the guy. But again, he's got to prove it. He's got to take care of the football and be accurate with it and do the right thing. So it'll be a competition there, but right now Kyle's number one.
How comfortable do you feel your two coordinators are on offense, that they've kind of settled into their roles and what they'll do for the offense?
Real well. I mean, they're both tremendous people and excellent football coaches, and there's no ego there at all. And if you had ego, it may be an issue. There's no ego there. They just want to do what's best. They want to put points on the board. So feel really good. I think the way we got it set up is pretty good, and we'll let Winston call the plays, but obviously Adam will have a huge input in the game plan and even game day and what he likes, what he wants to see.
Will they both be on the sideline, or one up and one down?
One will be up, one will be down, yeah.
Russ, I can't believe you left out this group in your rundown of the team. How about the special teams?
Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate that. I was waiting for that question. I feel really good. I think Trussler is as good a punter as there is in this league for sure. And what we ask him to do, he could be, he could average if he wanted to 50 yards a punt. He's got that kind of leg. But with him, we don't want returns, and we're looking at net punt, and I think we only had 3 punts returned on us last year, and what we ask him to do is put that thing 40 to 45 yards, and let's go ahead and net 40, and you net 40, you're top 10 in the country in net punting, and then obviously Andrew Lopez coming back, who made some clutch field goals for us last year. I mean, he was really good. We brought in a kicker, Will McGannis from Illinois, and then we got Springer back, who will also be in the competition there. And then long snappers are really good. I mean, Big Cat had a great year, and that's Brian Radis or whatever his last name is. Cantanzarite. You got to know that, don't you? I just call him Big Cat. Love Big Cat. He's really good. And then we brought in a freshman long snapper, and hopefully, you got to have a backup there, and we actually didn't last year, so we were very fortunate. We got through it, but hopefully we can redshirt him. But he's here to compete, and we'll see how he does too. So feel really good.
It was really helpful staying up here all summer. My thought process behind that was really to just get with Coach O, learn as much from him as I could, just about what he wants to do this year in the offense, and really understand why he's calling certain plays. Coach Huseman also really helped me out with that. And then another great thing was a bunch of wide receivers were up here this summer too, so learning together with them, just talking and getting comfortable, throwing every day, that stuff I think is going to really translate to a better camp and a really good season.
Based on what you felt and sensed through the spring and this summer, was there sort of a point of emphasis for you, or a couple of points of emphasis as you moved into this camp?
Yeah, I would definitely say. I would say a couple of points of emphasis for us were to be more efficient, and just I thought a lot of times in the spring we'd come out here, have really good days against the defense, and then some days we come out here and it wasn't up to our standard. So what we really wanted to do is get up to a point where we're efficient enough to where our bad days aren't really that bad.
And lastly for me, did your dad leave you with any advice as you begin this camp?
My dad tries to stay out of talking football with me, but he did. He just said have fun. He goes, football goes by fast. It ends for everyone, and just go out there and enjoy it. Be with your brothers out there, because those teammates, that's going to stay with you forever, not football. So, thank you.
How were the last 2 years? Kind of. I mean, it had to be tough not playing, but to be behind Joe Mancuso and Reese Udinsky. What dividends do you expect to see from that now?
Just the knowledge those guys always gave me was incredible. They just taught me how to stay composed, be patient, and really just taught me the game. Reese and Joe were very helpful to me, and I think that's why I'm coming out here today with confidence and a calmness about myself, is because of what those guys have really helped me with.
Does today feel different? Because it's no longer Joe Mancuso or Reese Udinsky, it's you.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that I feel a little bit different about it, but at the end of the day, it's just another practice. The goal of the past 2 years was for me to grow as a better player, and that goal doesn't change now.
With 2 new coordinators, are there fundamental differences in what the offense is being asked to do, or how similar is it to what you were used to last year?
I think it's pretty similar, the terminology at least. Coach O obviously has a different idea of how he wants to run the offense, which is something that I really wanted to look at over the summer with him. And now that we really understand, we're both on the same page, it's gonna be dangerous and fun.
With as much experience as you have around you on that offense, line skill, outside, inside, running backs, how much does that help you? Like, how much further along can you be with everybody else knowing as much as you do?
Oh yeah, those guys push me every day because they've been there before. I'm the new guy around here, so those guys have been awesome. The offensive line blocking, that makes the quarterback's job a lot easier. The wide receivers, I know we had some guys leave, but these guys have been, rotating in the games and right there for the last 2 years. So that experience around me really helps and really shows me how I need to behave and act on the field.
Marlon, Coach Huseman suggested that the offensive and defensive lines will be the strength, at least to start with, for this team. Could you talk about the impact you hope the defensive line could have on matters for this team?
First off, I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and I want to thank you guys as well for having me out here. But I think O-line and D-line, we have been with each other, most of us, for like 5 years now. We've been able to just really have a lot of experience. I think we bring that to the table, and then we also bring all the younger guys with us. We show them how to work. We show them all the things I needed to do to get to the positions that we are. And, 2 of the 3 team captains are O-line and D-line. And also, you've been seeing, the accolades for All-American, All-CAA. We have a couple of D-linemen, we have a couple of O-linemen. So I think that's really one of the strong suits for this season.
Expectations change or nothing changes based on qualifying for the FCS playoffs last year?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, Coach Huseman harps on this a lot. The standard has been set because of last year, so it's playoffs, and we just want high caliber defense, offense, and we're just coming out here to compete. So the standard has been set, and it's playoffs or nothing.
Each team has a vibe as practice begins. What is the vibe of this team?
The vibe is to have fun and just go crazy all practice. And we're going to go balls to the walls, just go 100% every single rep.
Thank you. I can use that, but thank you nonetheless.
You have an inexperienced quarterback on the other side, behind that experienced offensive line. As a defense, how much will you guys say, let's make practice as hard as we can on Kyle so that when he gets to Saturdays in the fall, the toughest defense he will have faced is yours?
Yeah, I think that's our goal every single day. I think in the spring we also did that, so I don't think there's going to be anything that changes for the fall, going into camp and going into the season.
How much further along are you? You guys have all now been here, you said, so many years together. What changes about practice when you guys don't have to go through the basics and don't the install must take half the time because you guys already know what you're doing. So how much further along can you be in a camp like this?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we still have to go through install and everything like that for the younger guys, but for us it's basically more of a renewal for most of us. But yeah, I think it's up to us since we know so much. It takes it off of the coaches when there's guys on the sideline, they have questions that all of them aren't going up to coach at once, and it's us being able to talk to them and really take a leadership role, especially being older guys at this point, and really just pouring into the future of the program.
As players, you guys would be excited to come out to practice anyway, but is there a different or heightened excitement because of the success you had last year?
Yes, I believe so. Personally, for me, this is probably my last year coming out here and playing. So I want to give everything I got, and just I'm also newly married, so that's another thing to push me forward. Shout out Destiny Lewis, and but yeah, I think everybody's got something to root for, something to play for. Lots of guys want to, whether it's earning a scholarship, earning a starting position, earning a position on special teams, or whatever it is, everybody's got to go, and everybody's trying to be the best to their ability.